Kia ora whānau and Sin Chow. We are doing another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, Alex Costas. I do apologise. I know it's been a very long time, probably over a year since I've actually done a video for my podcast. So I do apologise for that. Let's get all the fun things out of the way. So you can always find me on my website, www.costasenterprises.business.blog. You can find me at the Kiwi Dong, both on Instagram and on my Twitter. You can also find me on my TikTok, Alex Loons 10 Viet, or alex.loons.ting, where I talk about a lot of my other stuff. You can find me on pretty much anywhere. I'm always around. Let me just open up my screen. There we go. So today we are going to be talking about Sharesies. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these updates, and this one particularly will be about KiwiSaver, so you guys can see where I was versus where I am. Now, my previous video, I believe I was sort of just hitting 100,000 as a total overall. That has since changed. As you can see, my KiwiSaver is now $127,814.44. My total portfolio is $140,500.09. I will go into my investments if I get time, but realistically, we probably only have the time for the KiwiSaver. So, what are we getting into? Let's have a look. So, when I first joined KiwiSaver, which was with Sharesies, it was $85,967.65. So that's when I brought it in. I think I did a video when I had about 95 or 100,000 on my KiwiSaver. So you can see that within about a year, just over a year, I believe. Yeah, just over a year, I had 100,000. Now I'm sort of adding an extra 27,000. So basically, I have increased, well, quite a bit since the last time. So what has changed? Well, I think I talked about before the US base 500 fund. That is my main fund. I have since changed some of the shares and stuff that I do. So we're just going to go through those and I will show you what we've got. So as you can see, I have not yet put any money towards my government contribution of 260,000, but I've had some buy investments go in, including the government contribution from last year. So that happened on the 9th of July. What are we investing in? We're going to start at the bottom. First and foremost, you have to remember that when I started on the State Service Retirement Scheme, which was pre-KiwiSaver for about a year. So it wasn't very long. And then I was doing that for about 19 years and then swapped over to KiwiSaver when I got made redundant because I couldn't keep my money in the State Service Retirement Scheme because I wasn't working for the government at that time. When I did that, I signed up with Sharesies because I liked the idea that they were having KiwiSaver where you can pick your options, which is what I've done here. So I have done a whole lot of research and stuff. I will preface this, of course, you don't have to do what I'm doing. If you've got other things that you're interested in, you are more than welcome to do that. This is just what I'm doing. A lot of people get a lot of ideas from what I do, and also they want to know more about what it is that I have done. So that's what this is about, effectively. So first and foremost, I invest in Costco. I do this in my normal investments as well. As you can see, it is currently minus 1.64%. So we will go into each and every single one. So Costco is currently trading at $961.10 US dollars per share. And I have, if we go to my investment, you can see it's gone up and down and all that sort of things. It is minus $50, which is not bad considering there's $3,067 in there. So down 1.64% is nothing to cry at, basically. Now, of course, with investing, it's always going to go up and down. You do have to remember that KiwiSaver, the intention of KiwiSaver is it being for that long term. So that is what I'm doing. This is the one that when I turn 65, I will take it out and then it'll be worth a lot more. Hopefully by that time, because of compounding interest, we're probably looking closer to, Well, I'd love it to be more than 1 to 2 million, but let's be real. If I'm not putting in much, it's not going to grow as much as I want it to be. But as you can see, it's got all the investment orders, everything that I've done recently, which is not much. But you can see that I basically have put in $3,067.08. So I have this allocated as about 5% of each of all my other stocks that I've got in there. And that is minus 1.64%. I have 3,110 units. That does not equate to 3,000 shares. It is about 3 shares, let's be real. Maybe just over a little bit 3 shares. The next one we've got is Microsoft, which is down 0.12%. Now, when I did transfer and change my original idea of what I was using for KiwiSaver, when they opened it up to US stocks, I did take a bit of a loss, but it's one of those ones where it's going to be a loss for a year, 2 years until the market shifts and changes. You can see Microsoft is currently trading at $495.40 per share. I am down $3.78. Again, that's an okay loss in my opinion. And that is 3,065.65, which you will see this number pop up quite a bit, like the actual investment of everything being quite similar for the most part. And that gives me an investment value of $3,063.82. Now, bear in mind that when you're seeing this investment value here, it is the US dollars. So realistically, that's more closer to 6,000 and something, effectively. And you can see it's gone down and went down for quite a while, like quite a bit, and then it's only just starting to come back up, but also dipping a little bit. That's okay. As I said, it's a long-term share. That is why all of these are long terms. Next one we've got is Berkshire Hathaway. Now, specifically the Berkshire Hathaway B, because you cannot invest in Berkshire Hathaway A anymore from Sharesies because it just costs too much per share. It's like close to, a couple of 100,000 in order to do it, which is why it's not there. The amount put in, again, 3,063. It is up 3.17%, which is a total return of $97 US. Total amount is $3,161.11, but it is trading at $503.96 shares. So basically, again, I've got about 6 shares of that as well, which is not bad. Then we come to MasterCard, also sitting at about 3%, and that is trading at $569.25 US again. As you can see, it is up 3.3%, so it is sitting at $101.25. Again, it is all going in, 260s going in and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, that is for a little bit of everything. The next one we've got is Visa, which is up 4.28%. Trading at $364.08 US, and that is up 4.28%, which means that I am up $131.14. Next we have, so again, you see the investor is 3,060. Vanguard Morningstar Total Stock Market. So this is a new one for me, but basically this covers the entire total stock market, and it is trading at $383.84 US dollars per thing. And as you can see, I'm up $71 on that. Total of $72.28. I only have $63.88. So when you are buying into Sharesies, KiwiSaver, if you're buying a new share, unless you sell shares or you put more money in to your KiwiSaver, if you have any that are sitting on your list and due to be invested in, what you will find is you won't have much actually in there. So considering I've only put $63 and I'm already up $7 on this is not bad because I haven't put any more in yet. Very soon I will be starting to put some more money into my KiwiSaver, and then that will increase it. And then that will, then this will buy more of this particular share, for example. So as you can see, I'm well under 1 share at this stage compared to all my other ones. And that is one of my newer shares. Then we've got the big one. So this is my actual base fund. So the Sharesies US 500 fund covers the top 500 companies as factored in by the S&P 500. So it's basically Sharesies' version of being able to provide that as a managed fund. And as you can see, it is pretty good. It is trading at $1.39 per share. That is the base fund, and it's for a fund charge of 0.09%. That's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. As you can see, I am, however, up 26.65%. So you can see it jumps quite a bit from the 4% to the 26. Total I put in is $36,732.60, and then my total return at the moment is $9,789.41. Remember, this has only been since I brought those into Sharesies, so that was February 2024. So yeah, just over 2.5 years, if that. So to gain 10,000 just in your base fund is pretty crazy. 10,000 US, should I say? You can see because it's trading at $1.39, I've got a lot more units of that. Now, this is where the compounding is crazy. So you can see the investment value is $46,516.45. Again, that is US dollars. So that's the bulk of my money. That's about 80,000, just over 80,000 for the US shares. So it's pretty cool. Next thing we've got is my next jump is Coca-Cola, which is 27%, trading at $87.72 per share. And that is, I put in $3,072.89, up $835 based on that 27.19%, giving me total value of $3,908.28. So almost 4,000 of US dollars, which is pretty cool. And you can see at the bottom here, sorry, I didn't explain, you can sell these. So if you go, actually, I don't want Coca-Cola anymore, I want to put it into something else, you can sell it, and then that money will get reinvested into your KiwiSaver, and can also go into your other part as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Next one we've got is Westpac, New Zealand. So this is the New Zealand Westpac, not the Australian one. And you'll see this one changes quite a bit. So when I first did my investment, you'll see that I put in $4,547.57. So that is the actual amount that has gone into each and every single one of my 5% ones in New Zealand dollars. But then in the American dollars, it'll be 3,000 and something, which is why those change quite a bit. And you can see that that is up 68.55%. I am a big believer that if you are trading in, rather than putting your money into a bank, it's better to invest in the bank. You'll get a better return. That is a perfect example of Westpac and ANZ as well, which you will see. And as you can see, I am up $3,117.31, taking me to a total of $7,647.85. So that is not bad if you look at it, and you can see it's just gone sort of like up and down and up and down. But for the most part, it's been pretty steady at $68 per thing. So if we go to all time, you can see originally it was trading like $4. And then the last one we've got is the bigger one, which is the ANZ Group Holdings, which is trading at $46.48. As you can see, I have $4,651.94 and up 70.30%, up 70%, and I've only been doing it for 2 years. It's pretty crazy. And that is $3,270.30, giving me a total investment value of $7,920.52. So yeah, that all equates to, if we go to the very, very top, you will see my current, as of right now, is $127,814.44. So not bad to go from, 85,000 to 127. Yeah, pretty crazy. But yeah, so I just want to give you guys an update on the KiwiSaver. It is going well. I am sticking with it, of course, because I fully believe in KiwiSaver, especially for your actual retirement. And I really love the Sharesies one. And again, you guys don't have to invest in shares. You don't have to invest in anything like that. But if you do, it's pretty good. I will put in my link. There's a share the aroha. You can use my code. You'll get $5 to invest, which is quite cool. If you are starting up Sharesies for the first time, if you do want to go into looking into it, again, do your research first, please. I cannot stress that enough. I've done a little bit of research. Don't just invest in what I've got because that's what I've got. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. When you're investing with something like this, do not day trade. That is one of the most important things I tell people. Like, pick a stock that you're happy with, read the books, like, do all the things that you need to do before you start investing properly. But if you are just like quite a young person, you're starting off, you're starting off with your KiwiSaver, you don't know what to do with it. Think about joining it to Sharesies. That way you can pick what you want when you put your money in. Your best bet is to put it into something like the S&P 500 because regardless, that has had an onward trend for the last, 20 odd years of an 8% return every year. So it's pretty crazy. That said, do your research, please. It's really, really important. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope everyone has a great one. And as always, love you guys. And thank you so much. We will see you next time. Bye.